for the participants are joining.
All right.
Good evening, all of you. Welcome to this wonderful session on DigiByte session on Java full stack. The entire world is ruled by the websites, and the websites are ruled by Java language. So the most widely used Java programming we are going to discuss now. You are in the right place with the right course and the right platform you have chosen. So on behalf of Skill Technica, I'm Sumi here, Head of Operations Skill Technica. Before taking up the session, I'll be taking few minutes to explain who we are. Okay, so that's what a few minutes I'll be taking up. Yes, Skill Technica, you would have been wondering who are they and what they are doing. Yes, we are a futuristic skill development platform. We offer not only the training, along with the training, we support industrial exposure, internships, placements, and product development, project support for the MNC companies. We do project support also, and startup incubation, then career building tools and the mentorships, because these all are, you can say that related to each other. Because when you come for training, you may look for the job, right? So when job comes into picture, you can either go for internship or the placements. We have a very good placement cell, which we will be explaining shortly. The major courses what we are offering in Skill Technica is starting from Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, all the data science, blockchain, web full stack, Python full stack, and the Java full stack, which already offered here. So you can see the list of the courses where we are doing all the futuristic technology which is trending in the market. So you can wonder why I should choose a Skill Technica as my learning platform. Not only it is not your experience with the Skill Technica is not only going to be theoretical sessions, it is mostly, I can say, the hands-on sessions. The curriculum is framed by the industry experts. It's not like somebody from academics or somebody else. It is purely designed by the industry experts. They know the scenario, what is happening in the industry. So you no need to worry about the curriculum, and you no need to worry about whether it is going to be make me fit in the market. So everything is required for to make you fit into the job market. Yes, Skill Technica is completely coming up with the packages. Our trainers are experienced, and we provide, along with the course, we give the recorded sessions for your future reference. I can say that it is a lifelong offering, I can say. Other than that, we will be doing capstone projects and multiple hands-ons we will be doing here. So already we are connected with different learners. You can see you not only the job seeker, the college students or the freshers, even the working professionals are have done the course with us. So these are all our already existing learners. See, here I would like to project how the major technologies are ruling the world. So these are all the technologies. One of the technologies is Java full stack, because without website, no business can run. So when you talk about website development, there comes the Java programming. So you can see the importance of Java here. So just to give a knowledge about how the world is rolling about this different technologies here. Yes, with this introduction, I would like to call upon our placement in charge, Mr. Vignesh, to tell about some exciting placement process. And for the DigiByte attendees, we have a very good offer here, which he will be telling you now. Mr. Vignesh.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the brief introduction. Hey, guys, it's really happy evening for me, for the reason I'm sitting in front of a lot of future CTOs, CEOs, and entrepreneurs of various companies who are going to be the future CTOs of various companies. I'm really delighted to tell you some interesting concept what we have got. See, basically, Skill Technica is a training platform where we have trained a lot of people and we have placed a lot of
Sorry,
people who are working.
So, Sumi, can you share the screen, please? Because I think it's. Sumi, can you share the placement?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
Yes. See, Skill Technica is basically a online training platform where we are working with a lot of we are working with more than 300 plus companies to place the candidates. We train, we place the candidates as said by Sumi ma'am. We don't frame the syllabus on our own. It's all given by the industry experts. We get the requirements from the industry, frame the syllabus and deliver to the company's needs and place the candidates. This is how we have been working. We are not just here to give you the knowledge on technology. We are also coming up with an innovative concept called as earn while you learn, which is very unique. That is, we are going to provide you salary. We are going to help you with the salary during your training. This is something very interesting, and this is only for those candidates who are attending this Digibytes. So candidates, I would request you to stay till the end to know more about this placement process as well as about this getting the salary at the time of your learning. Stay tuned till the end of this program, and we have something really surprising for you. And have a great session. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Vignesh. I am very delighted that you are going to give some very good offerings. Yes, with this, I would like to call upon Mr. Anand, who is our Java trainer. He is going to give the insights about what is Java full stack. Yes, sir, you can take over the session.
Thank you. I hope it's audible to all. Okay, good evening all. Good evening all, my dear friends, students. Okay, before we start, small notice. When I'm speaking, it should not be a one-sided flow. You should also interact. Okay, fine. Someone has pinged me. Nirmal, fine. So you are free to talk. Okay, it's not like you should not talk in between. You're free to talk to me. Apart from me, you should listen. Okay. So when I'm talking, you should talk to me. If any doubts, any queries, you should resolve by the end of this session. Okay. So before we start, I'll introduce myself. Before we start, I'll introduce myself. How will I introduce like this? So good evening all, which I have told. I'll introduce myself. My name is Anand Pawar. I have 10 plus years of industry. Okay. So apart from what I actually do is I train to the employees of the organization. I hope everyone is able to hear my voice. Yes, no, please. Everyone is able to hear my voice? Yeah, great. Okay. I'm a technical trainer. I have trained to almost all MSCs throughout Pan India. Some of my organization which I have trained is JPMC, Morgan Stanley, Nokia, Wipro, IPR, Dell, and many more. So this was my brief introduction. I'll repeat before we continue the session. My name is Anand Pawar. I have 10 plus years of experience in technical industry, and I have trained to almost all MSCs throughout Pan India. My specialization, which I usually train, is in Java full stack, Python full stack. Full stack and all you will understand by the end of the session, but now at least you should know what I usually train. So I train Java full stack, Python full stack, Mean, and Merl. Hopefully till here everyone is clear with this. Anyone has any queries? Anyone has any queries? So I'm getting into now to technical things, what we have to discuss. Yes. What is mean stack and non stack? MongoDB, Express.js, Angular, Node, React. Okay. This is also full stack which we discuss. Mean stack, Express.js, Angular, React, and Node. I hope the point is clear. Is it clear from Mohibiran? Is it clear? Yes, no, please. Oh, fine. Great. Thank you. Thank you for your response. You can speak. Okay, fine. Text, it's very difficult to identify. Fine. You can speak. You can put up your mic open so that it should be a healthy discussion. Now, let's get into the technical things. Now, everyone is here attending my session. So, why you are attending the session? Anyone? Anyone? Anyone want to ask? Okay, so I will tell. See, by the end of the session, you will be aware what is the right step for your future. I'll repeat once again. By the end of the session, you will be clear. What you will be clear? You will be having an idea what is the right approach I should take to make my future secure. By the end of the session, you will have a clear idea. Okay, I'll repeat once again. By the end of the session, you'll be having a clear idea. What is the right step? What should I take to make my future secure? Fine. So let's get into. Now, everyone want to get a job. Everyone want to get a job. So if you talk, then it will be better. Okay, one-sided flows. After some time, you will be not feeling comfortable. So let's get into what everyone want to get a job. So what is job actually? What is job actually? What is job actually? Paying for services. So I'll repeat, job is nothing but you are getting paid for some services. I'll repeat, job is nothing but you are getting paid for some of your services. There are so many services which we'll not discuss. So we will focus on the point. Point is like, what is next point? What are the types of job are there in the market? What are the types of job? There are so many jobs. So we will be focusing more on something called government jobs and IT jobs. Government jobs and IT jobs. So can anyone inside the session want to tell what is that government jobs? Anyone has applied any government jobs and why you're looking for this kind of jobs? Anyone want to share their views, feelings?
Sir, we will move on to the topic, sir.
Yeah, fine. So now there are so many types of job. As per our discussion, the discussion is something called government job and private job. So when we're talking about government job, we have to attend some of the exams, and there will be only few limited seats, and there are lakhs of people will be applying for this. I'll repeat, there will be lakhs of people will applying for these seats. When we're talking about lakhs, only few numbers will be there, and it's very rare to get a job in this government. If you try, you can. I'm not telling you should not, but I am telling you very rare chances of there 1-2%. Now coming to this IT job, there are multiple jobs are there in this IT industry. I'll repeat, there are multiple jobs are there in this IT industry. Now, which is the right job I have to take? As per your knowledge, everyone is completing the technical degree, right? So you are pursuing technical degree. After completing, obviously you will be looking for IT jobs. I'll repeat, you'll be looking for IT jobs. When I'm talking about IT jobs, why you want to get IT jobs? Because anyone, why you want to get in IT job? Because, okay, first most important factor is salary. And another is flexibility. There are so many flexibility inside the industry which we will get. So second is something called salary. There will be like starting package only it's very good number when we're talking about salary and flexibility. So these are the some of the functionalities or features when we're talking about IT jobs. There are so many functionalities are there, but I'll not go into that detailed descriptions. I'll come to the point. If you want a beautiful salary and all the luxuries in your life, you should join or you should start working in this IT industry. Now the next question comes: which is the right platform for me? Which is the right platform for me? Right platform for me. When we're talking about right platform, anyone can tell me which is the right platform you want to work with in this IT industry? Which is the right platform? Okay, fine. Great. Okay. Visual Studio. Okay. That is tool when we're talking about VS. Platform. Okay. Before understanding the platform, are you aware about applications? Try to interact, please. It's not like that you should not interact. Web development, sir. Great, great. Fantastic. Yes. Okay. Can you tell me what is application? Anyone? You're writing, you're speaking, or anything is fine for me. When you're talking about IT jobs, you have to understand some of the basic fundamental things. Basic fundamental things are what? Application. What is application? Yeah, it's ID. Yes. Okay, correct. What is that application means? Anyone? What that application means? Application means what? Okay. Straight programs. Okay. A set of instruction also we can say. Good, nice. Set of instruction. Fine, great. So it's a kind of a program. Yeah, the answer is yes. Program. User interaction with system. Yes, there are so many correct answers which are coming line by line. User interaction. Yes, user interaction. Anyone else want to contribute? Interaction. Anyone else want to contribute? What is application? It's a simple question which I am asking. Why? Because by the end of the session, you should understand what is your role in this IT industry. That's the reason I'm asking. Okay, predefined codes. Yeah, fine. That is also one of the right answer, predefined codes. So now I'll give you the short, simple answer. See, when we're talking about application is nothing but a set of instruction or a simple solution for your problem. I'll repeat, a simple solution for your problem. Problem may be solved in any of the languages. I'll repeat, problem may be solved in any of the languages. It may be Python, it may be Java, it may be C, it may be C++, it may be something else, Unix. So many languages are there, right? Problem is solved. Problem means something which is giving you a smoother execution. Simplest term I'll tell, like if you want to put a nail inside the wall, what you will do? You will use hammer. Yes, obviously, right? But in today's date, what they are giving? They are giving you the drilling machine. Drilling machine will make your work more easy and convenient. So now you have to understand there was a problem, so solution has been given. Now coming to the technical aspect, that means, see, problem in the sense, if the person want to remove some of them or deposit some of them or do something transaction from bank, he has to go to bank. Now you have to understand, every person if started going to the bank, there will be a huge number of lines, big lines, and so many people will not prefer to go to the bank. So what they have given a solution. Sit in front of the laptop, type your application, and start working whatever you wanted to do. So this is a solutions. What bank people has given? Bank people has given the solution in terms of whichever, like HDFC, ICICI, they have given the solution, and in terms of like Java, Python, PHP, so many languages they have given. Now you have understood a small idea that what you got an idea? You got an idea that we have to create an application, right? Now we understood we have to create an application. Getting into the next level now. I'll repeat, getting into the next level. Now, which is the right languages? I'll repeat, which is the right languages I should code? I should code. I'll repeat once again. Which is the right languages? There are, okay, first we have understood. Yes, no, reply please. Till here, is it clear? What is application? What is application? Is it clear till here? Yes, no? In chat box, please. Yeah, fine, great. Thank you. Thank you for the response. Now, getting into the next point. What is the next point? What we're trying to understand? When we know we have to create an application at the end of the day. Now the question comes: which is the right language for me? Which is the right platform for me? I'll tell you which is the right language. Anyone can tell which is the right language? Which is the right language? Which is the right language? Okay, some of the people has told Java. Good answer. Okay, some of the people are coming with Python. Okay. Some of the people are coming with Python. Yeah, great. Java, Python, both. Great. C, C++. Okay, some of the people are telling C++ also. Great. Now, see, here only there is a lot of confusion. PHP is also there. Great. PHP is also there. This is also one of the languages. Now, the question will raise in your mind. See, in your engineering days or technical degree, what you're doing, there are so many languages which you have studied, and which is the right for me, still not convinced, right? So what I'll try to tell you, which is used, why it is used, let us see one by one. So to understand it more clear, I'll go a little bit earlier stages, like how we started writing the program, like how we have started writing the program. Anyone knows how our seniors or ancestors have started writing the programs? Anyone knows? Okay. So first level language which came into existence is nothing but binary level language. Now what binary level language consists of? What is this binary level language consist of? It consists of only zeros and ones. I'll repeat, it consists only zeros and ones. Now, if I tell you anyone sitting inside my session to write a code for addition of two number or division of two number, how many people want to work like in binary level language? Like suppose 2 plus 2. 2 plus 2. What is it 2 plus 2 stands for in binary level language? There is something called 1, 2, 4, 8. You know, right, this binary level language? Everyone aware? 0, 1, 0, 0. So this is something called 2. Correct? Yes or no in binary level language? Yeah. It's 4. What you typed is 4. Okay. Fine. Now the point is, I am talking about only 2 plus 2, right? 2 plus 2 is very simple number. If I say 22 plus 42, 22 plus 42, how many people are interested to learn binary level languages? I'll repeat, how many people are interested still to work with binary level language? I have no one. Or I'll make it a little bit more complex, like 222 plus 422. Still, anyone is interested to learn binary level language? Anyone is interested to binary level language? I am interested to learn. Fine, great. So you like the challenges, I hope. Great. Now the point here is, it's very difficult. Why? Because it's very difficult. Yeah, it's very difficult. Why? Because human beings are very lazy and they want their comfortable zone. Comfortable zone means everything should be in easy way. That means till here, if I say 422 or 222, it's good. To certain extent, you'll manage. After 2 or 1 hour of struggling, you'll get an answer. If I say like this, 222, this much. Now tell me, is it easy task? Obviously, it's hard task. So what I wanted to tell you here is, in the starting days of programming, yeah, it is also called machine level language. In the starting days of programming, our seniors or ancestors who has started the programming, they used to write the program in this level language. Now you understood it is not that much easy. It is not that much easy. Now when we are talking it is not easy, I'll repeat, when you're talking it is not easy, whether we should use this one, we should use. The answer is yes, we should use. Now the point is why we should use. The answer for this is to communicate with machine. I repeat, this was the first level language which help us to communicate with machine. In today's date, you might have seen so many languages are there which are communicating with the machine in a very easier way. I repeat, in very easier way. Simplest example to relate. I repeat, simplest example to relate. What is that? See, in your starting days of phone, what you were using, when you're using the starting days of phone, hopefully you might have used Nokia phones. Hopefully, all of the people who is sitting inside my session has used Nokia phones. Yes or no? Yes, yes. So now when you are using Nokia phones in your olden days or starting days of your life, tell me whether you are using today Nokia phones. Whether you are using Nokia phones. Yeah, Nokia 10000. Yeah. Yes, the answer is no. That means no, you are not using Nokia phones today. Can you anyone tell me the reason why you are not using Nokia phones? Can anyone tell why you are not using Nokia phones in today's date? I'll repeat. Can you why you are not using new technology new has came. Now the answer is absolutely correct. I'll repeat. The answer is absolutely correct. Now we will come to the technical things now. I'll repeat. We will come. Yeah, better phones are available in the market. Yeah. Now I'll come back to this technical things. What is the technical things? See, binary level language has given us a solution. What solution it has been given? We can communicate with the machine. This was the best solution which has been given previously. That means with this time of starting or writing the programs. Same fashion like Nokia. No, what Nokia phones or phones has solved, mobile phones has solved, they have solved the problem of communication. See, I'll not go in that part, so you should understand. They have solved the problem of communication. If it was not there, so you have to send a letter and all. So to reach to one point to other point, it will take number of days. So that problem has been solved by mobile phones. And coming to this binary level language, it has solved. What it has solved? It has solved the problem of communicating with the machine. Yes or no? Till here, everyone following? Till here, everyone following? Till here, everyone following? Yes, great. So now when we talk about binary level language, can you tell me which is the next level language came into existence? Which is the next level language came into existence? Yeah, C is also there, but it comes a little bit later. So yeah, great. C is also there. It came a little bit later. So now next level language, what we are going to discuss is something called assembly level languages. I'll repeat. Now what we are discussing about assembly level languages. Okay, I'll repeat. Assembly level languages. What is this assembly level languages? Anyone has any idea? Sir, yes, right. So somewhere you have heard 8086, comma 8088. Whether you heard somewhere? Okay. So like you have heard this one, right? Move AX, comma BX, add AX, comma BX, or something called divide AX, comma BX, sorry, BX. Okay. Now the point which I wanted to tell, microprocessor is nothing but it's 8080 to 8086. You might have seen in your labs and all, electronics lab or some microprocessor lab will be there for technical students, where you will do some wiring in that bread. That bread is termed as 8086, 8080, 8008, something like that. I hope you can recollect that. Yes, fine. Yes, a lot of people are recollecting. Now the point here is when you are doing wiring in 8086. I'll repeat, when you're doing wiring in 8086 and you're taking that to CPU and you're checking, okay, one second. Okay. Sorry for the inconvenience. Yeah, now when I was talking about, when we talk the microprocessor or the bread which you use in that your labs, that 8086 or 8008, what you do some wiring and take that to the CPU. When you plug that to CPU, it will show you some random output. Now same wiring with 8088, if you are doing and taking your bread and putting that to your CPU, so when you see in the console, where you will get obviously different output or same output in with 8080 or 8086. Obviously different output you'll get. Yes, yes or no? Yes, yeah, absolutely correct. That means you'll get a different output. Now, the point here is, which I want to focus on. What is that point I want to focus on? Here, binary level languages, which we were learning or studying at the starting period of programming, it was little bit difficult. Why it was difficult? Because there was only zeros and ones throughout your page or programming. To overcome that kind of a limitation, assembly level language came into picture. When I'm talking about assembly level languages, here we can see a very user-friendly syntaxes are there. User-friendly syntax means English syntax where we can easily understand what is there. I'll repeat. Here we are watching a user-friendly syntax. That means English level language. English level languages, where we can understand what is happening, what something move is happening, something divide is happening, something called subtraction happening, or divide or multiply, whatever it is happening, we can very easily understand. Now, when we're talking about assembly level language, if I give you the program to write something or addition of two number, division of two number, binary level language is easy or assembly level language is easy till now? The easiest language is obviously comfortable languages, yes, assembly level language till now. Yes, great. Now here when we're talking about assembly level languages, yes, absolutely correct, assembly level languages. Here when we're talking about assembly level language, here there is a limitation. What is that limitation in assembly level language? What is the limitation? It is not architectural neutral. N-E-U-T-R-A-L. I'll repeat. This is not architectural neutral. Architectural neutral, so complicated terms. That means if you are writing a program on one processor and trying to run on another processor, obviously you will get a different output. So what you have to do? You have to study the architecture first, and according to that architecture you have to write the program. I'll repeat once again. First, you have to study the architecture where you are going to write the program. Then, according to that architecture, you have to write the program. I'll repeat once again. First, you have to study the architecture. According to that architecture, you have to write a code, which is very tedious task. But compared to binary level language, what we are talking about, this assembly level language is very much comfortable because it is in English level languages. Till here, everyone following? Till here, everyone following? Fine, great. So now I'll talk about Nokia phones. I'll come back to yes. Thank you for your response. So now coming to this point, when I talk about Nokia phones, real-time example we are seeing once again. We are talking about Nokia phones. I'll talk about Nokia phones. Now, when we're talking about Nokia phones, you might have seen after this Nokia, there are so many mobiles came into picture. ABC, XYZ, or whatever. I don't want to take the names. Now, the point which you have to focus is that mobile phones we are not using in current date. Yes or no? That means Nokia only you can take. We are not using in today's date. The answer for this is why we are not using. The answer for this is these Nokia phones or the phones which we were using previously, they were not ready to upgrade according to the need of the market. I'll repeat once again. These phones what we were using, they were not ready to upgrade themselves according to the need of the market. I hope you're getting. So that's the reason so many phones came into picture, like Apple or something called, any phone names you want to suggest? Which phone you are using? Something called Oppo. Yeah, IQ. Yeah, yes, IQ. Some random phone numbers which are selling very good in this today's market. Now, if Nokia has updated according to the need of the market, whether these people or this phone can capture the Nokia market? Obviously, the answer is no. Yeah, Samsung is also there. Samsung is also there. Yeah, fine. That means if Nokia phone was ready to upgrade according to the need of the society or the market, this phone, what you are seeing in today's date, will have very limited access to the market. What they have done, Nokia has done, he was not upgrading themselves, due to which other people came into the market and they capture the market. In the same fashion, here in technical terms, I repeat, in the same fashion, in the technical things, what has happened is there are so many languages like Python, sorry. So many languages, Ruby, some of the languages which came into the market and they disappear. I don't want to get into too much languages. These languages came into the market. In today's date, we are not using these languages, not using, or we can say COBOL, Pascal, so many languages. Now see, we are not using these languages. That means they came in the market, they survived for a certain period of time, and this language got evaporated. That means they are not into use in current date. The reason for this is these languages were not ready to upgrade themselves according to the need of the market. That's the reason they are nowhere in this today's date. I repeat, they are nowhere in today's date in this market. Now coming to the next, when we talk about C-level languages, assembly level languages, these languages have certain limitation, that is architecture neutral. That means it is not architectural neutral. Now can you tell me any language where before going to write the program, you have to study the architecture of the system? Before going to write the program, you have to study the architecture of the system? No, the answer is no. Yes, you don't have to study the architecture. So which language has resolved this problem? Which language has resolved this problem? That language is termed as C level of languages. Till here following everyone? This language is termed as C level language. What it has given? It has given you the solution. What solution it has given? That means if you are writing any program in C, I'll repeat, if you're writing any programs in C, you don't have to study the architecture of the program. I'll repeat, you don't have to study the, yes, absolutely correct. Yes, you don't have to study the architecture of the system. You simply write the program and it will be executing in any of the system. Like you might have seen in your college days, some labs, C exams will be there. Same program, if you write, it will execute in any of the systems. You don't have to panic about architecture of the system. Okay. So what it has solved, that means what we are talking about C language, it is architecture neutral. Okay, so we can say architecture neutral or structured programming language. I'll repeat, this is nothing but structure oriented programming language. Now what is the structure oriented programming languages? Now what is the structure oriented programming languages? Okay, I'll come to the point. Structure oriented means a simple point I tell, functions. Functions, F-U-N-C-T-I-O-N-S. See, multiple functions like function 1, function 2, function 3, function 4, function 5. Obviously, when we're talking about any application, there will be a functions. Functions, yes or no? Yes. Functions means some business logic will write addition of two number, division of two number, Fibonacci, factorial, area of circle, area of triangle, ATM, withdraw, deposit, pinches. Where you'll write inside functions. Now when you're talking about functions, if in your program there are multiple functions, I'll repeat, there are multiple functions like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 functions are there. When you're talking about 5 functions, one function is dependent on another. One function is dependent on another. Each and every function what you are seeing here, 1 to 5 functions are dependent on each other. If I tell you to remove function 3, whether that is an easy task? I'll repeat. There are 5 functions for you. what you have to write, like addition, division, multiplication, subtraction, where each functions are interrelated with each other. So when I say kindly remove this function, which is F3 function, so is it an easy task? The answer is no, it is not an easy task. It is not an easy task. It is very difficult task because we have to remove the dependencies from one function to other functions. I'll repeat, we have to remove the dependencies from one function to other function, which is again tedious task. Now coming to this next level languages, which languages solve this kind of problem? Which languages solve this kind of problem? The next level language is something called C++ language. See, I am coming to the point. I'll repeat, I am coming to the point which we have to understand. Some of the people has told we have to study C language. Some of the people has told we have to study C++ language. Some of the people told Java. Some of the people told Python. See, I'll come to the point which is right language for you within some time. But to make you understand the story, what I'm telling you should understand. Then only you will have a clarity in your mind, which is the right platform I have to choose. I repeat, which is the right platform I have to choose and which I should not. Okay, coming to the point. When I'm coming to the point here, C++ language has given your solution. What solution it has given? The dependency what you're filing or tightly coupling what you're seeing, this C++ language has given you the solution. What is the solution? It is object oriented, oriented language. I'll repeat, this is object oriented programming language. What is object oriented programming language? See, same function I'll take. Same function I take. If I don't want function 3, suppose here there is a function 3. If I don't want, what should I do? I just do not create an object of that function. That's it, over. The problem is solved. Just do not create an object. That's it, over, close. So lot of problem has been solved by which language? Which language? C++ level of language is solving lot of problem. Yes, that is nothing but object oriented programming language. Excellent, excellent. So now the point here is everything is solved. Now what we have to study? Everything is solved, right? Everything is solved. So is there any other language still existing? Everything is solved. Is there any other language existing? Yes, the answer is Java. Yes, good. The point here which you have to focus. Yes, absolutely correct. Java language. Now, the point which you have to understand here is when I'm talking about these functionalities or languages, Java is giving you one of the finest functionality. That is nothing but what? Platform. I'll explain in detail when I start taking the session about platform independency, but to short extent to understand that is write once, run anywhere. That means you take your dot class file. I'll repeat, you take your dot class file. In Java, there are two files. One is .java, another is .class. When you compile and run, dot class file will be generated. This dot class file, I'll repeat, this dot class file, what you're seeing or watching, this dot class file can be run on any operating system. It may be Mac, it may be Linux, it may be Macintosh or anything. Okay. So now the point here is Java is solving the problem to a very higher extent. Getting till here, everyone following? Getting till here, following everyone? Following? Yes, no? Yes, great. Now, some of the people told, sir, I have to study C++, I have to study or what I have to study C, I have to study Java, or I have to study something called Python also. Now Python also I'll tell. Now when I talk about Python, so Python is very widely used in today's date. Very widely used in today's date. Now the point which you have to focus is today it is emerging like anything. For what reason we are using AI or ML? That is nothing but machine learning. I'll repeat, artificial intelligence or machine learning. Artificial intelligence or machine learning. I'll repeat, artificial intelligence or machine learning. Then what is Java? Java is used in all the aspects. Like I'll give you a glance. What is that? All this application means usually, how many types of applications are there? How many types of applications are there? Standalone, client and server. Another is web-based. Now, mobile. Last is what? Last is what? Cloud. Cloud applications. So see, these are the applications. Applications means you know, right? I'll repeat. Applications means you know. So what are the types of applications? Standalone application. What do you mean by standalone application? You have seen standalone application somewhere? Okay. Yes, the answer. Yes, IntelliJ. Yeah. That means any application nearby your area, if you go for tea stall and all, for lunch, breakfast or anything, you'll see some machine. That machine is fixed there only. He'll enter some number, so you'll get a chip. That means whatever the informations are there, it is present in that machine only. You cannot move that machine, or neither you can send that information. Can I create that kind of a machine with the help of Java? The answer is yes. I can create that kind of an application with the help of Java. Yes, good, excellent, excellent. So these are real-time example which we are seeing. Now the next example, client and server. Client and server. Anyone knows? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Eclipse. No, it is standalone application when you're talking about. To certain actually, like STS when you're talking about, then it is true. Fine. So I'll not get into too much technical things. I'll give an overview. Good, good. Actually, those are responding very good. Excellent. Now the point which I have to focus is client and server is something. See, standalone application has a limitation. What limitation it has? What limitation it has? What limitation it has? That means it has a limitation that I can't transfer the information from that machine. To overcome this limitation, we are working with the architecture called client and server. You're sitting in the system, any of the system, you're typing something, and that information is passed to the server. The best example for this is something called Gtalk or Yahoo Messenger. I'll repeat, Gtalk or Yahoo Messenger. What is the point which you have to focus is here, an exe file will be there. I'll repeat, an exe file will be there, which will be installed in your system. That system, I'll repeat, in that system, you have to manually configure that exe file. If that exe file is not there, you can't use that client and server architecture application. Clear? Understood this point, what I'm trying to tell? Yes. Okay, so the point here is client and server means you have to manually configure an exe file in a system, then only you can access the client and server application. Now coming to this web-based application. Web-based, what is web-based application? Web-based applications are nothing but going to the browser, typing your application name. I'll repeat, going to the browser, typing your application name, and you are ready to work with that application. Yes, it may be Facebook, it may be Twitter, it may be LinkedIn, it may be any banks which you are using. Go to Google or type the application name and you are ready to work with that with the help of username password. So that kind of an applications are termed as web-based applications. Web-based application. So can I create this kind of an application with the help of Java? The answer is yes. I can create web-based application with the help of Java. Excellent, fantastic. So now the point here is next. Mobile application. Everyone knows whatever the things we were a few years back, what we're doing with laptop and computers. In today's date, everything is synchronized to mobile. So can I create that kind of an application with the help of Java? The answer is again yes. I'll repeat. The answer is again yes. Next is cloud. Cloud is what? Everything what you're seeing in today's in laptop, system, mobiles, everything you're passing to the cloud. Tomorrow's future is cloud. When you're talking about cloud, everything you're passing to the cloud. Can I create that kind of an application with the help of Java? Can I create that kind of an application with the help of Java? The answer is yes. Fantastic for those who are responding. Good, excellent. The point which you have to understand is yes, I can create an application with the help of Java. Now the point raises here where Java is not used. I'll repeat, where Java is not used. Any idea? Real world. This is real world applications what we're talking about. These are real world applications. Facebook client or Gtalk or Yahoo Messenger or anything. Oh, AIML, yes. Yeah. But from Java 12, that functionality is already given inside Java. For your betterment understanding, yeah, outside the computer. No, it's not like that. So the point which you have to understand here is, see, from last 20 years, these languages are dominating in the market, or you can say from so many years, these are dominating in the marketing. What language is dominating in the market? Java is dominating in the market like anything. Now, if you want to switch from one language to other language, it's a very huge cost expense. It's not that much easy. First of all, you have to understand, to migrate from one application to other or one language to other, it's a very huge expenditure for that organization. So 90% of the people will not migrate. Second point is, when we're talking about all the functionalities, what you're expecting in Python, it is already there in Java. Now, is there any other option you want to switch from Java to Python? The answer is no. Java is getting popular in today's date, but the point which you have to focus and understand is, if I want to work with AI or ML, I'll repeat, if I want to work with AI or ML, then preferable language is Python. I'll repeat, if I want to work with preferable, areas where like AI and ML, then I prefer Python. Is to certain extent it is good, but I recommend still that functionalities are there in Java. I repeat that still functionalities are there in Java. Now, those who are working in Java, obviously they'll not migrate from this to that, because from so many years they are working in that platform. They're comfortable with that language. Now, when we are getting all the functionality, it is not easy to move from one to other. So next point, according to our knowledge, see, whichever I listed here, I'll repeat, whichever application I listed here, these are the application which are very widely used. That means 90% of the market is captured by these languages. I'll repeat, 90% of the market is captured by this kind of an application. Remaining 10% is for AI, ML, and operating systems or embedded kind of things, right? So when I talk about embedded, which is the right language for me? I'll repeat, if I talk about embedded, which is the right language for me? The answer for this is C and C++. Yes, yes. The answer for this is C and C++ is recommended. In this also, there is a huge scope when I talk about C and C++, but very limited people will get into this. Very depth knowledge and very few openings will be there in the market. I'll repeat, very few openings will be there in the market. Now, the point what we have to understand here about the overall discussion is, if you're getting an opening of 100 employees in any organization, there will be multiple 100. Consume that, and 100 openings are there for XYZ organization. So 90% of the places will be occupied by Java, and few of the things or few of the vacancies are for other languages, testing, or Python, or some other domain. I'll repeat, very less. Now you have understood very vast scope. When we're talking about, if you're getting vast scope, obviously you will click. Now you have to understand which is the right platform for me, and what should I do, or what should I take the decision, whether I should go with this or whether I should go Java, whether I should go with something else. I'll recommend, I have given you the options, which is the right platform, which is the right thing we should understand, and choose your career very wisely, because after 5 years, you should be in a position that sky should be the limit of yours. I'll repeat, sky. If you're working in the area which is already having very detailed concepts and very detailed, who is working from so many years in this market, I prefer, or you should take that languages. I have given you this over idea, which is the right language for you and which you should take as your career path. Still here, I hope till here the points are clear. Yes, till here the points are clear what I told. I'll repeat, is this points clear till here? Till here points are clear. Yes, yes. The point is here once again. Great, great, great. Great. So you people have any queries? Any queries people are having? You want to ask something? You want to ask something? Anyone? Any queries? Okay. Anyone has any queries? Fine, great. Hopefully, no one is responding for queries. Okay. Is game development is also based on Java? Yes. The answer is yes. Game development is also on Java. That is nothing but, again, it comes or categorized under web-based applications only. Web-based application. You log into whichever game, like some of the people use Road Rash, Car, or some cars and all. You have to log into that account and you have to start working. You go to Chrome, type your whichever application or game you want to use, go type and use all those things. You can very easily categorize under web-based application, or you can create that kind of an application also with the help of Java. Fine, 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 great, great, great. Fine. So I hope your doubt is clear. Some of the people is having in their minds few doubts that which is right language, is not right language. What should I do? What should I take? What I should learn Java? I should learn Python. I should learn C. I should learn C++. Testing. So many things are there. So hopefully by this discussion you are having a clear idea which is the right language I should choose. I repeat, which is the right language I should choose, because at the end of the day, your job matters. When we are talking about in terms of job, in this, you can see, you can talk your, yeah, that is standalone application what you're talking about for that machine only. Or if it is centralized connected, client and server. I'll repeat, if it is coming from server, then it is client and server. If it is only for that machine, it is standalone application. If you're using through browser, that is again a web-based application. So I'll discuss when I take the sessions on Core Java Partner, then you'll have a clear idea. See, by the end, when we start our session, every language is what are the topics we are covering now, like front end, HTML, CSS. I'll repeat the important point. There will be three categorization like front end, middle layer, and back end. I'll cover front end, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. In middle, Java, back end, databases like Oracle or MySQL, and Spring, Boot, and Hibernate we'll talk about. See, these are languages and technologies and framework which we'll cover when we talk about full-fledged application. One by one, when I talk about this HTML, CSS, or Java or anything, you will be creating an application by your own by the end of the session. Every sessions when I'm taking, you will be creating an application. I'll make a mark in your notebook. You will be creating an application which I'll be guiding you. And 100% every person inside the session will be created. Every person inside my session will create that application. By the end of the session, by the end of the training, you will be ready with web-based application which is created by you only. I'll repeat, you only, which I usually take in my session for the glance I have told you. Hopefully, by this discussion, you got a clear idea which is the right step which you should take. Which is the right step you should take. Any queries still here? Yeah, Spring MVC also covered. Yeah, thank you so much for your valuable responses. Hopefully, I'll take back now. I'll give the control to team. Team people are there? Sharanya?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. You can go ahead.
Yeah. Yes, participants. So Java full stack, is it impressive? Can I get yes or no in the chat section? Is it exciting? The Java full stack program? Yes. Mughal Vannan, very active participants. Yes, Ajit. Yes. Very good to know. Very good to know. Yes, with this, you guys are going to get very good offers as you are our valuable attendees of DigiByte. Yes, Vignesh, are you here? Can you announce the offer?
Yes, ma'am. And Anand sir, thank you so much for explaining each and every concept, and you have also given a commitment that you are going to create a lot of application developers at the end of this program. So we are excited to see the entrepreneurs coming up after the end of this program. Guys, I think you're all really lucky to have such a wonderful trainer to train you. Yes, as I said at the beginning of this session, I have an interesting opportunity for you. This is something called as earn while you learn. What is this concept? Everyone would be thinking what this concept is all about. See,
Vignesh, sorry to interrupt you. Do you have any presentation?
no, ma'am. I will present the that is our placement page of our website.
Yes.
Guys, this is something a concept where we want to make you self-independent. Though we say that we are providing courses, all those things, we provide you placements, but we want to be unique in the way we operate, and we want to make you be self-independent. You will not go to. It is not for all, but yes, there are some people who might have the financial issues for whom this concept will be very, very useful. That is, we are coming up with a proposal where we will be providing you a job, that is a temporary job, like in IT industry, e-commerce, or something like that, where you can work for 3-4 months until the course gets over. So you will be working parallelly, as well as you will be learning new things. So you will be getting the salary from the organization from which you will be able to pay the fee to us. So we are not going to compel you that you need to pay the fee upfront and then only you have to join the courses. No, we have these options also to make you more convenient in learning, because you guys being so excited and you are very, very active in the session, we don't want to miss you guys, and you are going to be the future of technology. You are going to develop new technologies, and each one of you have that potential to do that. See, I would also like to and for some from our side, one representative will be calling you individually to understand your requirement. You are from which location, what's your qualification, what type of job you are preferring. This job which I mean to say here is for the before joining the course. That is, while you do the course, you will be doing some sort of job. So for that requirement, our representative will be calling you to get the requirements, and we will be assisting you in getting you a job. You will be working there and you will be learning here. So it will be a win-win situation for all of us. You will also have money, you will learn, you will also earn. And after 3 months or 4 months, we will, once the course is completed, we will help you get placed in the IT companies. As said by Sir Anand sir, Java is one of the printing technologies which has been dominating in the market for the past many years. Today, everyone is using smartphone, everyone is using laptop. So all these applications, to develop all these type of applications, which can be adaptable to all the environment, Java is basically used, and that is why he said it is a platform independent language. And I would like to share my screen where you can see our website where various companies have posted their requirements. See, we are a very transparent company. We don't say that we will give you jobs and we don't do as per our commitment. We stick to our words, and this is the website of Skill Technica, where the companies will be directly posting their requirement as and when they get, and you can directly apply to these jobs, and you will be getting a direct call from the company, and we will be an intermediate to get you connected with these companies. So you can go to skilltechnica.com. It is our website. There you have an option called as job portal. Once you click on this option, you will be able to see the kind of openings you have. You will be able to see a lot of openings for Java developer across India, because as said by Anand sir, it is the number of openings. If there are 100 job opportunities, most of them comes for Java only. So which you can refer from our website also. Hope the screen is visible to everyone. You can also browse the website from your site to get more insights on that. And if you have any further clarifications or doubts, you can always reach us, and we are always there to help you. And guys, this is the right time. You have to choose your future, and don't just choose a job which can give you only salary. Always choose a job which can give you a career. And for that, the Skill Technica is always there for you to help you. So is there any doubt you have from our side? You need to get clarifications and all. And I would like to share some interesting thing which happened yesterday. Like recently, that is yesterday, one of our previous batch students got placed, and see the kind of feedback the company has given to us. I'm directly sharing you the mail as well on the screen. See, they have clearly mentioned we have processed the offer letter of that particular candidate, and we are very, they have mentioned that thank you for providing us with the best candidates, and we wish to continue this success with Skill Technica. And this is directly from the company called as Brittle Software, which is based out of Chennai and Singapore. So they're one of the happy customers who always hunt from us, who always look for the right candidates from us. So I can also share you the offer letter of that candidate. See, yesterday only he has got this offer letter, 22/7/2021. So he has been placed as software trainee, and he was also from a poor background whom we helped to gain the knowledge and get placed. You can also be you can also be a guy like this, and you can also earn this 1,80,000. You can also make it up to 5 lakhs per annum. So you have the potential. Make use of these opportunities. We will get in touch with you and get your doubts clarified. Fine, guys. Is there any doubt or shall I stop sharing my screen? Okay, fine. Fine, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am. Sumi, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yes, Vignesh, thank you for this wonderful platform. Yes, guys, you can earn while you learn. That is the concept of our program. Please log into www.skilltechnica.com and check for your opportunities and enroll and learn also. So how Vignesh told, your platform should be, it's not only for job sake, it should give some good career also in future. Okay, so you upskill yourself, and the same time you can earn also to meet the expenditure, day-to-day expenditure. So that's what our current pandemic situation, many are without job and financially many are weak. So that's what this concept has been introduced, that is earn while learn. Okay, please log on to www.skilltechnica.com and call us for more details. Thank you, participants. Thank you, Mr. Anand, for your very good presentation. Thank you, Vignesh, for giving us the insight about the learn while you earn. Okay, thank you. Thank you all for spending all your valuable time with us. Let us keep in touch. Wishing you all good luck for your future. Thanks a lot for joining with us.
Thank you.
Bye.